What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Rigs with AMD, and today I am so excited because this is proof that the word SMEXI is actually a word, and I'd like to introduce you to our guest today, SMEXI. What is up? Okay, so what does SMEXI mean?
SMEXI is an old slang term, means smart and sexy. It was something that we said, back in the day. It was also another way to kind of sneak around mature language filters, because, sexy is not a very good word to say. But
back then.
SMEXI was back then. But SMEXI was totally fine. There's an M in there. It's a completely different word.
Totally different word. Today, we're going to be building you an absolutely SMEXI PC.
It's going to be so SMEXI.
I'm so excited about it. But the thing is, you are not new to PC building.
No.
Okay,
no.
so this, I don't even have to be here. Like, after this intro, I literally, we're gonna go get some food. Yeah, and you're just gonna build.
Play with Legos, yeah.
Exactly.
I've been building for 19 years.
Okay.
For my 10th birthday, my dad bought me and helped me build my first computer.
Wow.
And I actually used all AMD parts back then too.
Nice. For those people who don't know about you, how did SMEXI, besides the name, we know what the name, how the name, but how did you get into streaming?
So I've always been an avid gamer. I've been gaming for 26 years, and it's just always been a passion of mine. I ended up getting a job working for GameStop, and I was a store manager with GameStop for 8 years.
Okay, and that was GameStop in your local area?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the things that I really missed as a store manager, because you're running the business, was having those conversations and those connections with customers.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I want to share gaming with people again.
Okay.
And so I hopped on Twitch and I was like, this looks like something I can do. I'm a theater kid. I worked in musical theater. And I was like, I could do this.
Awesome. Okay, so let's jump in. We got an amazing build that we're going to be building with her. This is to become the new gaming rig.
Correct.
Right? So we're upgrading an older AMD system up to a new AMD system. Huge shout out to NZXT, who hooked us up with all the parts. You should check them out at nzxt.com. They just launched a bunch of brand new PCs, and then an all AMD system is coming to their systems as well. So you can get their Player 2 and I believe a Player 1 as well. So you guys will be able to check those out. NZXT is building you essentially a PC, and once we're done, we ship it to them, they make sure it works, and then it gets to become your new toy.
And then I get to cry happy tears and peel things off, possibly.
Oh, no, the peels will happen today. I saved them, yes. We had Sushi Babe. He just ripped it off like a Band-Aid. Exactly. So we're not going to do that. We promise.
You
this
made
one
me do that ugly chin face.
But I promise we'll have amazing peels and all that stuff coming up right now. Welcome to the show. Can we get a little stool? No, she is super tall.
Hey, Philip! I am so tall. You have no idea.
I'm really looking forward to today's build. Huge shout out again to NZXT and AMD for hanging out and showing this off. Now, let's talk about the parts. Today's processor, we're going to be using an AMD Ryzen 7 7800X 3D. We've got an MSI Pro X670P, ASRock Radeon RX 7900X TX. We got a WD Black SN850X 1 terabyte, G.Skill Triton Z5 RGB DDR5 32 gigs at 6,000 mega transfer, an NZXT H7 Elite in white. We've got an X63 RGB 280 millimeter AIO, and then of course we're going to be using the C1200 80 plus gold PSU, that is a very big 1200 watt PSU. That's a lot of power. I hope you've got a separate
I'm so excited! Go big or go home,
It's go bigger, but not in a big case. And
no, not in a big case.
This case, far smaller than your Helios.
Yeah.
And then what's the other case?
I have a Fractal 7XL and an Asus Helios.
I almost feel like, Ray, we should have just given her we should have just put it inside of like an NV7 or something like that. Something ridiculous to basically go in there. But are you ready to do some building?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's start off with the motherboard. Here it is, coming right here. So there it is. Here is the board right there.
Beautiful.
No bent pins so far. And then here we have our Ryzen 7. Just go ahead and slam it right there.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and have you socket the CPU. I don't know if you've done a Ryzen 7, the new one, so it's gonna be different than most other Ryzen.
I have not done the newer ones. I know that it goes up in the top because of this little
so it's gonna be up in the top now. Because the old ones you used to do sideways, but now this one you do not do sideways anymore. And then you can just go ahead and plop it back down. Now the question for you is, and something we always like to have fun is how loud do you think the RAM click's gonna be? And you have to choose between 90 decibels and 100 decibels.
My favorite number is 7, so I'm gonna go with 97.
90, okay. So what we're gonna do, this is gonna measure the decibels for how loud the click is. Then you're gonna put thumbs on both sides. 97.2. So we already crushed it. So you were like, I did not know it was going to be that loud.
Oh, I'm not very good at that.
But still, we already did it. 97. So you were right. That's probably the loudest on an AMD
doubted me.
I did doubt you. I did doubt you. I am sorry that I doubted you. I got to do it one more time because like it was just so, it was visceral. Listen,
it's the pops, man.
It's the pops, man. You
the
just
Rice
gotta...
Krispies.
Dang, son, that was so good. That was so good. Okay, you ready for your Bob Ross moment?
It's not beautiful, but it's like the perfect little clouds.
No, yeah, we're painting on some thermal paste.
Oh God, I'm gonna be so bad at this.
Why?
I do makeup. I don't.
You don't do thermal paste? We're gonna do the full spread method. So basically, we want to cover the entire IHS. You want the whole square, every bit of it.
Do I want these little?
I do. I cover them anyway because
Okay.
then it just looks good. You know what I mean? So an even spread. There you go. There's your bit. Spread it.
I've got tons on the thing right now.
Yeah. You want to see a trick?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna show you tricks that way. Sometimes I should probably show. So like, what I like to do is I'll just basically do this.
Oh, that's so smart.
And then you'll just, you can go through there and get the whole thing.
I'm over here doing makeup painting methods.
And then you can go like that.
Oh, that's so much smarter.
The motherboard's done. That's all there was to it. We already actually had these installed because they had pre-installed them, so we got everything ready to.
And they're a pain.
Oh yeah, they are.
I can't stand them.
Well, you're still gonna have to install other parts, young lady. Well, get over it. You're gonna build this PC and you're gonna like it. So what I'm gonna have you do is let's go and remove the rear panel first. So it's just a pull right there. I always like to have you do this because then if you need to do maintenance, you know how to do this.
Oh, it's just on the top?
Yeah, it's just a pull. Yeah, there you go.
Easy.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Look at all that cable management room for you. You like it?
You guys can't see it.
Okay, now I'm gonna have you take off the front cover. And it pulls the same way, just pull.
Oh, easy peasy.
Yep.
I'm so scared of this. Okay.
Yeah, what I'm gonna have you do, just hold that real quick, push this off to the side, and then we'll just, there you go, peel it across.
I can't rip it like a bandage because that's not fair. There we go.
That did not work out as well as I'd hoped, but
This is a sticky peel.
yeah, well, you'll have to wait. That one you
Yeah,
won't
this
do
one
until the
won't wait
build's done.
until the
Yeah,
end.
you'll wait until the very end. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our motherboard inside of said case.
PC
No, it is
before.
not an LTT screwdriver. I'm actually not a fan of the LTT screwdrivers. So I've used them a number of times. I like the Wow sticks, which are my favorite and which we'll use a little bit later, the Wow stick. And then I have a standard, the length of the shaft for the LTT ones is a little bit too short. So it's gonna pick up,
Just seat it.
set it right in there. The peg should go right in the middle part of it.
I just have to get it right because I'm on my tippy toes.
Oh, I can make it lower.
No, it's okay. Got it.
This is your show. Like, you gotta tell me. It's like, if it's not good or it's not set up correctly, we can definitely adjust. Okay, so we've got all of our stuff in. Let's go ahead and do front panel connections, all that sort of stuff. Now, the greatest thing about front panel connections, you remember you used to have the power plus and minus. Because it's NZXT, it's just a single connection.
It's just a plug?
It's just one.
Oh.
USB-C, that's gonna go right here. We have our USB 3.2, that's gonna go right down here for you. So you'll plug that in. We have our HD audio, that's gonna go right over here. Just like that. We have it's not gonna stay in there, it's gonna be a jerk.
What a jerk.
What a jerk. You're really being not kind of.
the front panel.
And there it is. You find it?
Yeah.
Single connection just goes right there.
That's so nice.
Isn't that?
I'm just gonna put that there.
And then you're like, but this is making it a wussy build.
Efficiency is not wussy. I like efficiency.
Okay, USB 3.0. So that's your HD.
Do we want to move this one?
No,
Wait,
that
is
one's
this
gonna go.
HD
Yeah,
audio?
that's
So this
your
is front panel, so
Front
it goes
panel, so
here,
it just
yeah?
goes right there. Look at you remembering.
I remember things.
Your memory. Man, I don't even need to be on this show. She's like, I'm just plugging it all in, doing my thing.
I can read, you see, and this says audio.
Wow, see, nobody's even thinking of that. They're like, oh wow, it's actually, believe it or not, it's
On
actually
the
labeled
motherboard?
on the motherboard.
Yeah, it's
and people
right-
are like,
it's on
I don't
there.
understand what to plug this in. Plug it in where it says HD audio.
I can understand the front panel stuff because you have to go into the manual and go, okay, the plus
Actually,
minus.
they're
plus.
labeled too.
They are, but
Yeah,
they're
but it's
so
really small. Yeah.
I got laser eyes, but they're not that good.
Okay, so we'll bring this up a little bit higher because we're gonna put the
We're
AIO
tall
together.
girl shaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I see.
No, we're not. We're not. Okay, I'm gonna grab. Be prepared.
What is that?
This is the Wow stick.
Wow.
Well, when you say it that way, it is nowhere near as cool.
I sound so mean.
You
I'm
were
so
like,
sorry.
it's not wow, it's wow. Come on, you've done acting.
Wow.
Okay, that was pretty good. Okay, but let's do it like I want scene. This is the wow stick.
Whoa.
No, that was overdone. That was overdone. So what we're gonna do, you have two options here. You can do the tubes on the left-hand side, which means they don't cover the RAM, or some people really like the tubes on the other side, so it like kind of goes across the RAM. Which way would you prefer?
I guess the other way, in case I need to, if I wanted to add more RAM, I wouldn't have to do anything weird with the
tubes?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are going tubes this way, which means we are going to put the fans this way. We're missing a.
Am I missing a screw set?
No, we're missing a washer. How are we missing a washer?
I ate it.
She has some good dad jokes, guys. So if you guys want to spend some channel points for some dad jokes, we actually have some new ones, and I've heard some of them, and they're pretty good. Sergeant Nobody already bought one. He bought one. Sergeant Nobody, dad joke. First dad joke. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, do it.
I went to the pet store the other day because I wanted to buy a goldfish, and when I got there, the teller asked me if I needed an aquarium. I mentioned that I didn't really care what its star sign was. That one's one of my favorites.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to have you mount this onto the top here. But now, this is the best thing about this table. You just make the table really low.
Perfect.
Okay, we're gonna run this through. If you wanna grab those cables on the other side.
Yeah.
Pull them through. Perfect.
Come here, cables.
Come here, get in here, cables.
Get in here.
Get in here,
over
you jerky cables. Okay, screws are in. Then I'll just let you finish that up.
Oh God, my fingers! I'm making this way harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, luckily the wow stick does make it pretty easy though. Let's put this down nicely. Okay, you ready to mount the your AIO?
I'm terrified, actually.
Why? Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna plug that right into there. So you used to have a separate HDMI cable, but you don't have that for this. So I don't know if this is like unique to, they only have this or whatever it was, but this is pretty cool. Okay, so you're gonna take this, and this is gonna plug into your CPU. Go ahead and put it in your CPU fan. Do you see it? Not pump fan, the CPU one.
It
should be right here.
This one right
yeah,
here,
yeah, right there. Cool. I'm gonna have you screw it down.
Why does this keep happening
Why
to
are
me?
you so violent when it comes to the?
I'm just a violent person.
I know, I'm
you
noticing this. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you take these two right here, and I'm gonna have you plug them into that right there. This is basically your AIO CPU fan controls.
Very nice.
We do want to make it easy for the PSU to go in. So that's what we're gonna work on right now. And then there's your cable manager. What do you think?
It's so pretty. I like it.
Okay, you ready? Guys, here it is. Very excited about this. This is the ASRock Phantom Gaming 7900 XTX. Check out the backplate. It's got that beautiful black and red right there. So really, really cool. And then on the front, you've also got the black and red right there as well. So beautiful looking card.
I can't see. Can we
Oh, you want to put a little? Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking. Thank you for
you're so welcome.
Thank you for saying, hey, this doesn't work for me,
Instead of
Robey.
breaking the bill.
So then I end up with like an angry email from Ray. Why were you such a jerk to her?
Yeah, I just go and like cry wolf. I'm like, he was so mean to me and he wouldn't let me do this. Don't worry.
You're good? Everything's good? Oh, that was a great sound. That was a good click. We only have one part left to plug in. That's it.
Yeah.
They got the PSU and then it's done.
You got this empty little window.
You got that empty window. Do you want to just leave it empty? Does the PC need to work when you're done? I mean, do you need it to work?
I mean, it'd be helpful.
Okay, so I'll give you that. How does it smell? People love to know how PSU smell.
Awful.
Exactly. Okay, so here's all of our cables.
I'm trying to pinpoint the smell because I've smelled it before. Like in the 90s when they had like the GAC, like this slime toys.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
It kind of smells like slime toy.
For me, it smells like ozone. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go like this.
Smort.
And then I'll have you just come over here. I'm gonna lift it up. Takes a while, you know, it's really low.
It's fair.
This build looks good, actually.
Yeah.
Actually looks, you know, like I think, should we give it away? Or do you want to keep it?
I kind of want to keep it. You know, I've thought about it.
You sure? You don't
really-
want to give it away?
I've really contemplated. If I had a second to give away, I would.
You know you would. You would.
I absolutely would.
I would, but you know what? You need this PC for work.
This is my job, you guys.
This is what you need it for. If you can make it look like one cable, it always ends up looking a little bit better.
Well, because all these cables tend to be pretty like wavy hair. None of them are like actual straight cables, so it makes it really difficult to make them look good.
Yep. Okay, guys, well, I will tell you right now, the actual build, all of the connections and everything are done. So we're doing some last bits of cable management, and then we're essentially finished. The build actually went really quick.
Yeah.
But we got to make sure it posts and stuff.
Yep.
So there's still work to do. I mean, we could just take it apart and build it again.
Yeah, let's go again, guys.
Let's just go one more time. And this is the build. The build is done, guys. There it is. We got one peel that you can do right now. So if you want to head over to the other side,
okay.
Let's get this kind of out of the way. And why don't you peel the AIO one? Okay, so now it's time to put all of the parts back in here. Do you want to save this forever?
It's a commemoration.
It's sort of sticking. It's doing pretty good.
It's sticking to my makeup.
It's sticking to your makeup. Oh, yeah. Boom. Put that right there. Put this right here. Okay. Moment of truth, guys. And turn it on. Boop. Oh. So the build is done. Mm-hmm. It came out SMEXI.
Very SMEXI.
Very
SMEXI. As intended.
How was the peel? Did you enjoy the peel?
The peel is always good. Phenomenal peels every single time.
And thank you for not doing what Sushi Bay did. I mean, I know you were probably tempted there for a minute because you're like, that's the thing. As content creators, we're all about it for the lulls.
I'm so excited, but you gotta treat things with tact. You know what I mean?
Well, your build looks good from beginning to end. What is the first game? Like when people get to see this on stream for the first time, and it's nowhere near as big as your other big, giant, beefy builds.
They're insane. My other ones are too large, too large. They go up to like my hip. I'm a short girl, but still. I probably will play Diablo.
Okay.
I have a very beautiful blood necromancer.
Okay.
And I didn't quite realize that no one else sees the gross viscera that I see in my game until I watched other people play. I'm like, where's all the blight? Where's the gross explosions? They don't exist because I wasn't there.
Oh. Okay, so if people want to tune in, they know that they've enjoyed your content, they've enjoyed hanging out with you as much as I have. Where do they go to find you? And it's not just Twitch anymore now.
Not just Twitch anymore. So right now I'm SMEXI on Twitch. I'm also SMEXI on Kick. I'm SMEXI on YouTube. And then if you follow any other socials, Instagram or Twitter, all those I'm SMEXI TV because someone else had my idea.
Anyway, guys, that is it for Robeytech and for SMEXI. This has been AMD, Build a Rig with AMD. Super appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.